flowers.
Flowers.
It must be really clean.
Yeah, and all the girls, all those guys, the village, they come here in the evening and the hot time to swim.
They swim in here.
Yeah.
Excellent. And it's fantastic. So it really is looking after the environment. You're taking the dirty water. It's clean, 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 clean. Here and then into the stream, nice and clean.
Yeah, so we try to do our best. Don't matter if we don't see anything, but in our feeling, we know this is the right way to do it.
That's excellent. Well done, I congratulate you. That's brilliant.
Okay, thank you.
As with all the countries we visit, I'm keen to see how the local community is benefiting from the gemstone mining industry, and I'm pleased to say that in Mozambique the story is no different. KK and the local miners have constructed a water well with fresh water in the nearest village and even built the area's very first school.
Until they started to find paraiba in the area, there were no schools. And then with the funds that have come from the various mines around the area, they managed to build their first school. So Monday to Friday, the kids, just like in the UK, go to school from 9 o'clock, but they finish at 2:30 rather than 3:30. But it's nice to see the help coming back into the community.
As the sun begins to set, it's time to head back to our accommodation and to take a closer look at the day's findings.
Just shows how rare these gemstones are. KK's mine has a big JCB, has 3 big lorries, a tractor, 40 employees working 5.5 days a week. And this is all of the gemstones that came out of the mine through June, and look how many are actually paraiba. Very, very few indeed. And when we think that pretty much there's only 2 mines on the planet currently getting the gemstones, then you realise how rare this really is. You know, you work really hard, don't you? You work some serious hours, but this has to be the best time of the day.
Yeah, the
glass
of wine and
look at the fine.
Yeah. We happen, we are 100% sure what we do it, but as I said to you, you people come for 3-4 days, 5 days, and everything is nice and leave. But stay here 2 months, like my neck for 4, this is crazy. You know, it's nothing to do. But anyway, it's a very painful, because when you see the beauty, that it is no doubt that it is there, it's very happy.
Yeah, it makes it worthwhile.
Yeah,
There's some beautiful gemstones here, and the paraiba is beautiful, the copper-bearing gemstones, the Q2aad is fantastic, the greens are gorgeous, your rubelites are fantastic. I mean, this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Last night, just before we went to bed, there was a knock on the door of our shack, and in comes a local and speaking Portuguese to KK, told us of a new morganite that he's found, a new deposit, a new hole some 4 or 5 kilometres away from where we were staying. So we followed him here this morning, and this is where he claims he was digging last night. But we brought the tractor along, and we're going to give it a little go and see what we can find. Well, we came in search of morganite. Today we haven't found any morganite, but we have just found a little area where there is definitely rose quartz. Diaphanity is very, very nice. Colour's quite strong. In fact, if we heat it, it will probably come possibly stronger. It could even go lighter. You never quite know with rose quartz, but it has a really good crystal structure. We've never actually exported before from Mozambique rose quartz, but this could be a first. So we came searching for morganite, which is obviously a very elusive gemstone, but right now we have got rose quartz. So that's a first, and we'll see what we can do with it.
After this exciting discovery, we decided to explore further and visited an area where several years before, thousands of artisanal miners had mined an array of different gemstones.
In 2005, 2006, there were 5,000 to 6,000 individual miners working this area. Down to about 1 metre, 2 metres, they found paraiba and they found aquamarine. But with the hand tools, they just couldn't go any further. Now, we've pretty much finished the one area we've been working the last couple of days, so we've come to this area where we know that there was a sort of focus of many of these guys. And now we're some 4 or 5 metres down below, much deeper than they ever went with their hand tools, and we're hopeful we're either going to find aquamarine or paraiba. Now we've got to take an exact measurement of how deep we've got and have a little look around, see if we can actually find anything. So no ropes, no tools, just a tape measure and a little hand pick. Okay. How good? Again, nothing. No Paraiba, no Aqua, no Morganite in this particular hole, but it's only number 2 of the day, and we're going to try 5 or 6 areas today, so that should be pretty cool.
We continued our search by investigating several more potential sites, and by the end of the day our discoveries had made my whole trip worthwhile.
That's got to be one of my most exciting days I've ever had in the field. We heard that there was a small area where they thought they'd found Morganite. It turned out not to be Morganite but quartz. But as we were leaving, we found a big hole that had already been dug. We spoke to some locals and they said, yeah, 4 or 5 years ago this is where all the independent little miners were digging. So we started to scratch around. We found some quartz, we then found some feldspar, which is always a good indicator that you're near a piece of pegmatite. So we kept on digging and digging and digging. We came up with 3 pieces of what we hoped were aquamarine. I brought them back, I've done a hardness test on them, and the good news is they are most definitely aquamarine. Now this isn't great gem quality at this stage, but who knows, we keep digging a little bit further and we might find them.
By the next morning, when it was time for us to bid farewell to Mozambique, I'd found a new admiration for KK and the gambles he takes every day in looking for these incredibly rare and elusive gemstones.
I've always admired you guys, because even that's a gamble, because you're still not sure till you cut it and slice it, exactly the quality, but you've paid all those taxes up front, you've paid all the salaries, all the wages, all the fuel for the diggers, everything, and then you just got to hope that when you start cutting and slicing it, it's as beautiful as you dream. It's incredible how little comes out of the ground over a whole month. It's quite frightening, really, in the sense that here's a gem that I know if they could have 1,000 pieces a day, I'd be able to sell it on the television. But I'll be lucky from now on if I get 10 pieces a month. Just very difficult to get hold of. And we've seen it firsthand, Matt and myself. We've seen the whole process. We've been there. We've watched the whole process coming through. You know, I always worry with some mine owners. They say, oh, there's not a lot coming out of the ground, and they're trying to exaggerate sometimes. But actually seeing it for myself and seeing the process from start to finish, I'm telling you right now, there is very, very little Paraiba Tourmaline about. So when you get a piece on television, if you fall in love with it, you just have to buy it when you can.